Sheriff James Clemmons will be spending one day a month in the nation's capital after being appointed to a federal commission. U.S. Attorney General William B. Barr announced Wednesday the formation of the Presidential Commission of Law Enforcement and the Administration of Justice. According to a press release from the U.S. Department of Justice, President Donald Trump signed an executive order last October which directs the Attorney General to establish a commission that would explore modern issues affecting law enforcement that most impact the ability of American policing to reduce crime. Clemmons is one of 18 members of the commission. Not only will he be serving Richmond County and North Carolina, but also law officers across the country. Clemmons said being on the commission will not take much time away from Richmond County, with meetings being held monthly, mostly in Washington, D.C. With less than a month to go in its annual fundraising campaign, the United Way of Richmond County has only reached about 71% of its goal. Executive Director Michelle Parrish said the organization, which helps provide funding for 17 agencies across the county, had hoped to raise $250,000, but has only brought in around $178,000. According to the website, The Fundraising Coach, 35% of the nation's nonprofits reported that contributions in 2018 were down from the previous year. Parrish said other United Way leaders across the state felt like Hurricane Florence had an impact in North Carolina. The 2020 fundraising season will begin around mid-February. For more details on this story, visit richmondobserver.com. A 21-foot cross was erected on a property on Freeman Mill Road on December 2nd. The person responsible was property owner Ed O'Neill. O'Neill may have been inspired to place the cross on his property, but he was not alone in the effort to lift it into place. Norman Bland and his son Ronald helped with the idea of using 26-foot piers for the cross, according to O'Neill. Johnny Patrick was the carpenter who put it all together, and Van Billingsley and his crew from Electronic Security Company placed the cross and designed the lighting system. The cross is lit by an array of LED lights that O'Neill says will be powered by solar panel in the future. The retired Air Force officer believes he was inspired to light the cross. O'Neill hopes that the cross reminds travelers of their blessings, in addition to reminding passerby of their blessings. O'Neill wants the site to become a gathering point for those celebrating Easter and Christmas. When we return, we've got your Live at 5 weather report. It's coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.
JC's in Rockingham has you covered for used appliances, parts, trailers, and storage. We have one of the largest selections of reconditioned washers, dryers, and refrigerators in the Sand Hills, and we offer free delivery to residents inside Richmond County. Come check out our variety of trailers for any hauling job and our storage buildings for the things you need out of the weather or house. We also carry parts and accessories for appliances, trailers, truck beds, and can order the things you need. That's JC's on South Hancock Street in Rockingham.
Hi folks, my name's Todd Moore. I'm the Energy Advisor here at PD Electric. With wintertime approaching and cold weather, I want to show you guys a few of the examples of things I see when I go out and make home visits where you can be losing air inside or outside the home. One of the most commonly overlooked aspects of the home sometimes is the heating and cooling air conditioning filter system. What we have here is a common example of one that hadn't been cleaned in a while. You can see the dust accumulation. Once this accumulates, it makes it harder for your heating and cooling system to pull air through it, making it run longer. A good rule of thumb is change it every 30 days. What I want to caution you to when we talked about filters earlier is pets. Sometimes pet hair will add to the filter. So if you have pets in your homes, make sure you keep them cleaned regularly. If you have any questions or for more energy efficiency tips, please visit pdemc.com.
Hometown heroes? Well, maybe. When it comes to backyard comfort and no pesky mosquitoes, call Brown Termite and Pest Control at 910-895-6410 or 910-276-8870. Their team of superheroes can take back control of your paradise. That's 910-895-6410 today.
Your Live at 5 weather report is brought to you by Iconic Wellness CBD, located here in Rockingham. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hope you're having a great day today. It's been, once again, another clear, sunny day. Some clouds in the sky, but overall it's been pretty good. It's been chilly, but not as cold as it was earlier this week. As you can see tonight, it's not going to be quite as cold as it has been the last few nights. About 10 degrees warmer. You may not be able to feel it completely, but it is going to be a little bit warmer tonight compared to, say, last night, where it was getting down as low as 30 and 29. But tonight we're looking at 8 o'clock with 43 degrees, 10 o'clock will be looking about 40. And it will drop down some more from there, but again, not quite as bad as it was yesterday. And part cloudy skies tonight as well, so that's what's helping to keep that warmth around. Now, tomorrow though, we are looking at showers in the forecast across the entire San Hills region. Southern Pines might be okay. They might get a little bit of it, but not quite all day. Whereas down in Bennettsville, they might actually see some thunderstorms down there. But you know what they say about thunderstorms with potential snow coming? Well, the last time we had thunder in Richmond County, we didn't actually get any snow during those 10 days. But if Bennettsville gets some thunder down there, maybe that will spread the love around. We'll talk a little bit more about some snow here in a minute. Not quite coming here, but there is something up on the board that we'll get to here in a moment. But for now, Fayetteville will be a high of 64, low of 50. Rayford will be a high of 62, low of 48. Lumberton will be a high of 65, low of 50. Laurinburg will be seeing a high of 64 and a low of 47. Southern Pines will be seeing a high of 61, low of 46. Ellerby will be seeing a high of 61 and a low of 45. Rockingham and Hamlet just a little bit warmer on the high of 62, low of 45. And then across the PD in Wadesboro, it'll be a high of 60 and a low of 41. Now let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. I know what you're seeing right now, well maybe not with me in the way, but we'll talk about it later on Thursday here in just a minute. Friday though, rain is pretty much guaranteed all day, high of 62, low of 45. Saturday will be most cloudy skies with a high of 56 and a low of 35. Over on Sunday, it will be partly cloudy skies with a high of 54 and a low of 34. And continuing those temperatures on Monday, high of 55, low of 34. Tuesday, partly cloudy skies once again, high of 54 and a low of 37. Wednesday, we're getting just a little bit more warmer again, high of 56, low of 41. Once again, partly cloudy skies. And then Thursday, there is a chance of wintry mix. Now, I know what you're saying, but it's not going to be below freezing with the low there being at 39. Of course, this is only 7 days out. This is a very, very far away forecast. Looking at 7 days ahead, that's very, very hard to predict. But based on those types of models that are out there, it is showing that. But of course, as we get closer to those days, those models become more accurate, and we'll be able to see it. Most likely, it may not happen, but there's still somewhat of a chance there. But I think regardless, there will be precipitation, whether it is freezing rain, just rain itself. I highly doubt it will be snow, but if in the case, there will be precipitation on Thursday with a 70% chance, high of 57, low of 39. So just keep an eye on it. Maybe get you a little bit hyped up, but I wouldn't say get your hopes up. Not until we get maybe about 3 days out from it, but don't go rushing to the stores to get your milk and bread. We should be okay. But that's going to do it for your Live at 5 weather report. When we return, we've got your RO Sports update. It's on the way right after this, so stay tuned.
Engineering influences every aspect of our lives, from the cars we drive to the computers we use. Every modern convenience we enjoy is a direct result of the innovative work of engineers and technicians. At Richmond Community College, we are educating the next generation who will be maintaining or improving upon these products and services. Our students work with programmable logic controllers, experiment with solar energy, design and create objects with a 3-dimensional printer, and operate cutting-edge machinery. Students can choose from a number of programs such as mechatronics, welding, mechanical engineering, electronics engineering, electric utility substation and relay technology, and industrial systems. Programs that equip our students with skills for 21st century jobs. Innovative and progressive, Richmond Community College is committed to building a brighter future for its students and the communities it serves in Richmond and Scotland counties. Visit our website today.
At Richmond County Hospice, we strive to provide high-quality care to our patients and their families. Whether it's the incredible hospitality at the Haven House or from the comfort of your own home, you can count on hospice to be there for you. We also offer monthly grief support groups, and our chaplain will be there to hold your hand in prayer. Through our amazing staff and our volunteers, hospice has made difficult times easier for our community. Call the number on your screen if you feel that you or your loved one may benefit from our services. Richmond County Hospice, peace, comfort, dignity.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
Richmond Raider Wrestling head coach Earl Nicholson has announced his plan for retirement. The name Earl Nicholson has been synonymous with the Richmond wrestling program for the better part of the last 2.5 decades. But now the name will become a part of Raider wrestling history and a tantamount with the program's success. Nicholson made the announcement after Richmond Athletic Director Rob Ramson recognized the year's 3 senior wrestlers during Wednesday's conference match. To commemorate his career, Richmond head principal Jim Butler presented Coach Nicholson with a plaque to recognize his efforts on and off the mat. Known around the county and the wrestling room as Coach Nick, Nicholson is a 26-year coaching veteran. He spent 24 years as a head coach and has single-handedly built the Raider wrestling program into what it is today. The Raiders have won 2 regular season co-conference championships under Nicholson, while producing several individual conference champions. The most recent was Austin Gallup's last season. Gallup's, Joey Nicholson, and Camden Pressler were escorted by family members and recognized at center mat for their respective 4 years with the Raider wrestling program by Athletic Director Rob Ramson. Richmond hosted SAC opponents Jack Britt, Scotland, and 71st in its final home match of the season. The Raiders battled the Buccaneers and Falcons, but would come up on the losing end of both matches. Richmond lost to 71st 45-28 before ending the night with a 57-21 loss to Jack Britt. Richmond saw its SAC record fall to 2-6 on the season, and the Raiders will host out the regular varsity season to rival Scotland next Wednesday. This Saturday, the Raiders will host a JV tournament. It's been a handful of days since Caleb Hood announced he was verbally committing to play football at UNC Chapel Hill, but the buzz of excitement is still resonating with the junior quarterback. Our sports editor Kyle Pillar sat down with the Richmond Raider quarterback about his decision to join the Tar Heels.
Caleb, big news that you just announced over the weekend. So first of all, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So Caleb, again, you've got final exams going on this week. You've got Richmond Raider basketball, but on top of all of that, you verbally committed to play football at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and play for the Tar Heels. So let's just kind of start there. How's it feel to be a Tar Heel?
It was great. I always dreamed of being a Tar Heel, and it just feels really cool to be a part of that family now.
How relieved are you that the whole process is over? Because you're being recruited by 10 schools. So just kind of walk us through that process and how relieved it is now that it's over.
It's relieving, but at the same time, it was pretty fun. Just building relationships with new coaches and just players coming from those schools and everything. So it's pretty cool, but at the same time, it was fun.
Was there ever really a race or a competition kind of in your mind between a couple of different schools, or was it always going to be Carolina?
I've always dreamed of playing for Carolina, but I liked some of the other schools too. So it wasn't really a race, I would say, but I liked a few of the other schools.
A lot of consideration.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's kind of go back to Sunday. You started your day. You went on an unofficial visit to Chapel Hill. It looks like you guys did a photo shoot and some really cool, the whole uniform and everything like that. So just kind of describe how everything unfolded Sunday with the photo shoot and how ultimately led to your decision.
Well, we took a photo shoot, and after that we went up to Matt Brown's office, and they sent us to the game room and we were just talking. We were just having a casual conversation, and then I just told him I wanted to be a Tar Heel, and I was really excited about it. And I called my dad and told him, and he was excited, and it was just a great night.
So it sounds like it all kind of happened pretty quickly, but you've been talking with them, I guess, since May, since you got and they were your first offer back in May. But on Sunday, what made Caleb say today's the day that I'm going to be a Tar Heel and want to play for Mac Brown?
I was just sitting there, and I had a really good feeling, and I didn't want to leave.
So what did you say to Coach?
He was talking actually, and then we think we were talking about the Myers Park game, and then after that it kind of just led on to some other stuff, and then I was like, Coach, I want to be a Tar Heel, and he was like, he started smiling, and I was like, I'm for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you feel on the inside?
I had butterflies.
Butterflies. Very cool. Very cool. So kind of let's switch over to again the process of this. A very really it's a family affair for the Hood family. We've talked about in the past that your dad Earl has played for them. He was a 3-year starting cornerback. Obviously, your mom and your sisters were there this weekend with you when you took those pictures, and then obviously your brother Kellen, who's one of your go-to receivers here, sophomore wide receiver at Richmond. So tell the fans at home and how vital your family has been through this whole process of being recruited.
They've been really supportive. They've supported me along the way. They've gone to all the schools with me. They haven't been really judgmental because growing up being a Carolina fan, I mean, you're not really supposed to like Duke and State and
That's right.
some of the other local schools. But I mean, they were supportive. They didn't really mind any of that, and they just went that a long way.
What was the best advice that your parents, whether it be your mom or your dad, kind of gave you throughout this whole process?
They just told me it was my choice, and I was going to be there for the next 3 or 4 years, and so just make sure I'm happy with it.
Very cool. You happy with your choice?
Very happy.
Good. So, again, we touched on your dad playing there. So how much of your dad's playing career at Carolina, if at all, impacted your decision to kind of carry on this family tradition and his family legacy?
I mean, I wouldn't say he kind of, or his career and like made me want to play there, but just growing up there when I was little, and that just being my dream school, just growing up there and going on the field when I was little and everything, it just kind of had a big impact on my decision.
Tell me, we talked the other day, tell the story of going to the doctor's office as a kid and seeing the field for the first time.
When I was little, I used to go to the doctor, and me and my brother, after our doctor's appointments, we just we begged my mom to go on the Carolina field, and we'd go on there and throw the football and everything, and just have the best time ever. We had like little Carolina football helmets and come down the tunnel.
Yeah.
We'd be excited.
Yeah. Have things changed? Has your perspective changed now that you've gone back a couple of times and you've seen Keenan? And do you see it in a different way?
No, it's still the same. They got a different kind of field now, but it's still
But
the
still
same.
big and bright, and
Yeah.
still it's kind of the future for you.
Well, he had a lot of offers, and young man, rightfully so, because he's played so well the last 3 years. And for me, any of these guys, and of course that it goes for Caleb. I want them to find some place they feel like is home, and some place they can feel like they get a good education over the next 4 years, and they feel comfortable. They obviously all our guys we feel really comfortable here. And I want them to be able to have that same experience at the higher level, is to feel like this program is theirs, and at the next level to feel like that program they're a part of that program, is part of who they are. And I'm glad to see Caleb feel comfortable and have the opportunity to move forward like that.
For you. Now, position-wise, you're a 3-star quarterback here, but we've talked about how there's possibility of defensive back. There's also a possibility of wide receiver. So just kind of talk about, nothing is set in stone yet, but just kind of talk about what you hope to achieve there position-wise and kind of the possibilities that lay open ahead.
Right now, they told me I could play quarterback if I wanted to, and so I'm going to start off in the quarterback room. And after that, if that doesn't work out, and then I'll just try a different position. You
excited to work maybe with Sam Howell?
Oh, yeah. He's pretty cool.
So now let's kind of switch back to Raider football, because we're sitting here in the Raider locker room. You're just a junior. Your second semester starts in the next week, so you have spring football coming up, and again you have your whole senior year ahead of you. So looking back this year, you had a career year. You're over 6,000 passing yards now. You're setting records. You're the conference offensive player of the year. All of these accolades. But now having this commitment, how is that motivating you, or how is that a confidence booster for you as you head into spring practice in your final year as a Richmond Raider?
It's just a relief, not having to worry about recruiting anymore. I can just go out there and play and have fun with my teammates.
All right. I don't know football is a long way off, but it really never stops. But what are some goals for you as you head into your senior year?
I don't really care about accolades anymore. I just want to win a state championship.
State championship. And, things are trending in the right direction. Each year you guys kind of get one game closer. So maybe this is the year, Raider fans, that we finally see that one, first one since 2008.
And that's going to do it for tonight's edition of Live at 5. For the latest news, sports, and events happening in Richmond County, you can always visit richmondobserver.com or download the free RO app for your mobile devices. For the Live at 5 crew, I'm Sarah Minks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Richmond County.